Bridges, bridges, and bridges. One of the most iconic ways of developing a country is structuring high-end bridges in such countries. But what if the bridges are terrifying? From a terrifying bridge so high that it takes approximately 15 seconds to fall to the ground, to a bridge structure in an earthquake-prone area. Come along as we explore some of the terrifying bridges around the world. Before we get into the full details, kindly give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more premium content. Now, let's get into it. The Longjiang Suspension Bridge. Longjiang is a region in China that experiences strong earthquake tremors frequently. Earthquake tremors in Longjiang are so strong that they've flattened towns, and a similar case was that in the 1970s, when over 400,000 buildings were flattened in a split second. Mentioning the earthquake is terrifying enough to consider not using the bridge. So, what would make the Chinese government consider a bridge in such a location? Well, it's no longer news that China and other countries in Asia have evolved. And the case of the Longjiang Bridge is a typical example. The Longjiang Suspension Bridge is fitted with high-tech movable joints, which are designed to absorb any powerful earthquakes and keep the structure safe from collapse. Aside from the fears of an earthquake and movable joints, another terrifying piece of news about the bridge is the distance from the ground. The Longjiang Bridge is over 300 meters above ground level, and to put that in context, a building 300 meters high can be called a skyscraper. So, technically, the space underneath the bridge can house a skyscraper. The Longjiang Bridge is easily one of the most terrifying bridges in the world, no doubt. But the next bridge can make even the bravest of men succumb to fear. The Sunken Skyway. Up next is the bridge that once held the record of being the longest in the United States, but with a dark past. The Sunken Skyway, also referred to as the Sunshine Skyway, is the second iteration of the bridge after the first one collapsed in May 1980 when a huge freighter, the MV Summit Venture, lost control and crashed into the bridge, bringing a section down into the water. The bridge's collapse saw 8 vehicles plunged into the ocean, including a bus full of passengers. It was indeed Black Friday, and the original bridge was demolished and replaced by a newer and safer version. The new development by the government ensured that defensive bumpers were placed into the water to protect the bridge from future collisions. Until today, the bumpers have been proving their worth, because on the day the new Sunken Skyway was commissioned, a shrimping vessel crashed into the bumper, sinking the ship but leaving the bridge unharmed. The new Sunken Skyway is still standing after 30 years, but the dark past will forever be terrifying to the people who use the bridge. Of course, nothing can be compared to a bridge with a dark past, but have you ever heard of a skyscraper bridge? The Sideu River Bridge, also known as the Skyscraper Bridge, is located in Hubei Province, China. Just like the Longjiang Suspension Bridge, it connects two major cities, Shanghai and Chongqing. Both cities have a combined population of over 50 million residents, which means the Sideu River Bridge gets plenty of traffic. Even though the Sideu Bridge isn't prone to earthquakes, its sight alone is terrifying. The construction wasn't easy either. The bridge spans the gap between two tall peaks, with sides so steep that they were hard for workers to access, and rockets had to be used to cast the first cables between the peaks. Yeah, you heard that right, rockets! The Sideu Bridge is the first bridge to ever be cast with the aid of rockets. Exceptional problems require exceptional solutions, right? The Sideu Bridge stands at over 500 meters, which means the Empire State Building could be placed underneath the bridge, and there would still be space for a car. Now, imagine driving on a bridge as high as the Sideu Bridge. What could be more terrifying than that? A bridge with more height, or a bridge with a darker past, perhaps? The Hong Kong-Zhuhai Macau Bridge, the longest sea bridge in the world, from an engineer's perspective, is a wonder. But from a layman who witnessed the cases of corruption surrounding the bridge, it's a bridge of tears and blood. Those were the words once used to describe the Hong Kong-Zhuhai Macau Bridge. The 55-kilometer bridge connects Hong Kong, Macau, and Zhuhai, which makes it a necessity for the Chinese. But the bridge is laden with corruption scandals and controversies, after close to 20 workers lost their lives during construction. As if the deaths of the workers weren't enough, in 2017, Jacobs China Limited, the company that provided the project's concrete, was shown to have falsified test results instead of performing proper safety checks. This made civil engineers claim the bridge's sea defenses, meant to protect the giant structure from powerful waves, weren't fit for purpose. Although the Chinese government denied these claims, the engineers insisted the bridge's future is shaky. One thing for sure is the Chinese government doesn't know better than the civil engineers, and it's only a matter of time before truth prevails. Driving over a bridge with no certainty of safety has to be the most terrifying thing on earth. But wait till you see the next bridge. The Yangbaoshan Bridge. Imagine how hard it must be to erect a bridge in a mountainous region. Well, China has over 1,000 bridges with a deck height of 100 meters or more. and Guizhou Province, the most in the world. This means outside of China, no other country boasts 1,000 bridges with a deck height of 100 meters or more. We're halfway through, guys, and there are more details to come, so stick around. If you're enjoying the video, kindly hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. The bridge on stilts helps to cut the drive between Guiyang City and Huangping County from over 3 hours to just an hour. Ever wondered why Yangbaoshan is called the bridge on stilts? The legs of the bridge are approximately 110 meters long, almost double the length of the world's most famous suspension bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and its deck height is more than 300 meters above water body, extremely terrifying. The Royal Gorge Bridge. This terrifying bridge in the United States defies logic, but it serves its purpose as a scary bridge. Popularly called the Bridge to Nowhere, the Colorado Bridge was built to take people's breath away. The 290-meter bridge in an amusement park was once called the tallest bridge in the world. Even though it's now lost the title, it remains terrifying. To make matters worse, a wingsuit diver lost his life while attempting to fly beneath the bridge in 2003. A tall bridge with a dark history. What could be more terrifying? The tallest bridge in China? Tang Bridge. The Tang Bridge holds the record of being the tallest bridge in China. And to explain how tall it is, picture 3 versions of the Chrysler Building with a 4-lane highway strung between them. That's exactly how tall and how wide the Tang Bridge looks. For a bridge that lessens the distance from Tang to Ludan, from over 2 hours to just 1 hour, there's a thin line between terror and wonder while driving across the bridge. Scared of heights? Well, wait till you meet the tallest bridge in the world, the Millau Viaduct. The Tarn Valley is a popular region in France where tourists pass en route to Spain. Due to heavy traffic, the government decided to provide alternative routes to its citizens, and hence the Millau Viaduct. Some terrifying news about the bridge isn't the length, because it spans 2.5 kilometers, making it longer than the Tang Bridge, but the height of its concrete towers, which support the deck. The largest of the towers measures up to 350 meters, making it taller than all buildings in France, including the Eiffel Tower. Is that not terrifying? I guess this was why the distance to cross the bridge is just a little over 2 minutes. But trust me, those 2 minutes will most likely feel like hell. The Sideu Bridge. Coming in at number 1 is the Sideu Bridge, the world's highest bridge. Talking about size, there are different ways to measure a bridge. While most people would use the size of the towers, as in the case of the Millau Viaduct, some use the distance of the road deck from the valley floor. The Millau Viaduct Bridge's deck measures 270 meters from the ground. But in the case of the Sideu Bridge, the distance is over 560 meters. That is twice the height of the Millau Viaduct, and has some extra space to spare. The Sideu Bridge connects Guizhou and Yunnan, and reduces the traveling duration to just an hour. Now, to the terrifying part about the bridge. Underneath the 565-meter bridge is a flowing river, the highest of any bridge in the world. In case of any unfortunate car accident, the time frame to hit the ground is long enough to say the Lord's Prayer. Which of these bridges do you find the most terrifying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more premium content.